Hi viewers, I am Venkateswarlu. In this session, we are discussing some tips and tricks to remember essential elements in the topic of mineral nutrition, class 11. If you like this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Elements are around more than 100 elements are present. In these, more than 60 elements are found in different plants. We are already discussed about that. In these more than 60 elements, only few are essential for plants. Those are called essential elements. To find out the essential, which are essential elements and which are non-essential elements, Arnon and Perry Stout, they given a criteria to essential elements. The elements which are followed these criteria are called essential elements. The first criteria is the elements must be necessary for growth and reproduction. Second criteria is the requirement of the element must be specific. It means in the absence of that element, its function cannot be replaceable any another element. Third criteria is the element must be directly involved in the metabolism of the plant. The elements which are followed these three criteria, those are called essential elements. According Arnon and Perry Stout, the essential elements are 17. Those are macro elements and micro elements. Macro elements are 9 and micro elements are 8. Macro elements are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium and sulfur. The reading frame to identify these macro elements, we are discussing about tricks and tips. These macro elements, reading frame is designed for this CHO. These three are one group. NPK one group. Calcium, magnesium and sulfur is one group. The reading frame is three elements are one group. CHO, NPK, CAMGS. CHO, NPK, CAMGS. This is the reading frame. It is designed only for our convenience to remember our exam point of view. Microelements are 8. Those are iron, manganese, zinc, molybdenum, copper, boron and chlorine. For our convenience, Fe, Mn, Zn are one group, molybdenum single, Cub, Cl, copper, boron, chlorine one group, and last one is 17th essential element, nickel, that is also separate. So Fe, Mn, Zn, Mo, Cub, Cl, nickel. Nickel is the 17th essential element. We can easily remember that one. Fe, Mn, Zn one group. Fe, Mn, Zn, Mo, Cub, Cl. This is the reading frame. When we study 2 to 3 times every day, these essential elements are easily find out or recognized in the exam point of view. These essential elements are categorized into 4 groups. Some are structural elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. These are structural elements. Essential elements. And then structural elements are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen, CHO and N. Energy related chemical compounds are 2: magnesium and phosphate. Magnesium is present in chloroplast and phosphate in ATP. And some enzymes elements are activate or inhibits the enzyme activities. Magnesium, it activates or inhibits the enzyme Rubisco and also PEP carboxylase. Zinc, it activates or inhibits the enzyme alcohol dehydrogenase. Molybdenum, it activates or inhibits the enzyme nitrogenase. And some elements can alter the osmotic potential of a cell, that is K+. It is involved in opening and closing of the stomata. And some enzymes are involved in activation Some elements are they activate enzyme activity. For example, iron, manganese, zinc, molybdenum, and copper. Iron, it activates catalase enzyme. Manganese, it activates IAA oxidase enzyme. Zinc, it activates carboxylase enzyme. Molybdenum, it activates nitrogenase enzyme. And copper, it activates cytochrome C oxidase in mitochondria and plastocyanin in chloroplast. And some elements like nitrogen, potassium, and calcium required by meristematic tissues. We are already discussed separately in few previous video, but here we are discussing grouply based on their characters. Nitrogen, potassium, and calcium, they are required by meristematic tissue. Iron and copper, these two are reversibly oxidase elements. Calcium, manganese, chlorine, these three elements are involved in hydrolysis of water. Magnesium, it activates the enzymes of photosynthesis and respiration. Magnesium activates the enzymes which are involved in photosynthesis and respiration. Manganese, it activates the enzymes which are involved in photosynthesis, respiration, and also nitrogen metabolism. It is very important and confusion. Magnesium is only involved in the activation of enzymes which are involved in photosynthesis and respiration. Manganese involved in activation of enzymes which are involved in photosynthesis, respiration, and also nitrogen metabolism. Potassium and chlorine, that is K and Cl, these are involved in opening and closing of stomata, and also they maintain anion cation balances in cell. Opening and closing of stomata, balancing of anion cation in cells. These two are functions are potassium and chlorine. And the essential elements are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, potassium, calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sulfur, iron, manganese, zinc, molybdenum, copper, boron, chlorine, and nickel. Nickel is the 17th essential element. In these, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, these are structural elements. They obtain in the form of CO2 and H2O. The remaining elements are obtained from the soil. Let us discuss about diseases. Chlorosis. Chlorosis means loss of chlorophyll tissue. It leads to yellowish color. Deficiency symptoms of nitrogen, potassium, magnesium, sulfur, iron, manganese, zinc, and molybdenum. In these, CHO, these three are structural elements. The remaining are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, iron, manganese, zinc, molybdenum, boron, chlorine, and nickel. In these, chlorosis occur in the deficiency symptoms of nitrogen, potassium, magnesium. It means there is no phosphate, there is no calcium. And last one, up to molybdenum. These enzymes, these elements are involved in the deficiency characters. In the absence of these elements, chlorosis disease is appear. N, P, K, Ca, Mgs. These are macro elements. In these, no phosphate and no calcium. The remaining deficiency elements shows chlorosis. And in micro elements, up to iron to nickel, these are micro elements. In these Fe, Mn, Zn, Mo, deficiency symptoms of that elements, it shows chlorosis. And necrosis. calcium, magnesium, copper and potassium. Deficiency symptoms of these elements, it shows necrosis. Necrosis means death of tissue, especially in leaf. It leads to necrosis. So the deficiency symptoms of which elements? It means calcium, magnesium, copper and potassium. CaMgCuK. CaMgCuK leads to deficiency symptoms of CaMgCuK leads to necrosis. And inhibition of cell division. Deficiency symptoms of nitrogen, molybdenum, sulfur and potassium. NMOSC inhibits cell division. NMOSC, nitrogen, molybdenum, sulfur and potassium. NMOSC. And delay of flowering. Deficiency symptoms of nitrogen, molybdenum and sulfur. NMOS. Inhibition of cell division is NMOSC. Delay of flowering is NMOS. Nitrogen, molybdenum and sulfur. And manganese. See, some separate characters are included in this. It involved in hydrolysis of water, and also it activates the enzyme IAA oxidase. It also activates the enzymes which are involved in photosynthesis, respiration and nitrogen metabolism. And also it leads to deficiency symptoms, leads to chlorosis. It inhibits calcium translocation in the shoots, very very important. It leads to excess amount of manganese, leads to calcium translocation in shoot apex. And also excess of manganese, it induces deficiency of iron, magnesium and also calcium. Excess manganese, it leads to or induces deficiency of iron, magnesium and calcium. Excess manganese leads to deficiency of Fe, Mg and calcium. And some are mobile elements are there. Mobile elements, for example, nitrogen, potassium, magnesium, these are mobile elements. These are moved from older to younger tissues. They are moved from older tissues to younger tissues, so that deficiency symptoms are appear first in older tissues. Nitrogen, potassium, magnesium, its deficiency symptoms appear first in older tissues. And then immobile elements, sulfur and calcium, they are structural components of the cell. So they cannot move from the older tissues, so that deficiency symptoms appear in young tissues. Those are sulfur and calcium. And these elements deficiency leads to disease, and excess of elements leads to toxic. Mineral ion concentration reduces 10% of the dry weight of tissue is considered as toxic. Mineral ion concentration reduces 10% of the dry weight of tissues. 10%, very very important. 10% of the dry weight of tissues, that is considered as toxic. And magnesium toxicity appears brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins. Excess amount of magnesium, it appears brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins. Manganese, it competes with iron and magnesium for uptake. Excess amount of manganese competes with iron and magnesium for uptake. And also manganese competes with magnesium for binding with enzyme. Excess amount of manganese competes with magnesium for binding with enzyme. Manganese inhibits calcium translocation in the shoot apex. It inhibits calcium translocation in shoot apex. And manganese induces deficiency of iron, magnesium and also calcium. So these are all about manganese. It competes with iron, magnesium for uptake. It competes with magnesium for binding with enzyme. It inhibits calcium translocation in the shoot apex. It induces deficiency of iron, magnesium and calcium. And some deficiency of elements, this is also observed. Deficiency of zinc, it leads to motile leaf. Deficiency of copper leads to dieback in citrus. Deficiency of boron leads to heart rot in beets. Deficiency of molybdenum, it leads to whiptail in cauliflower. And deficiency of chlorine leads to bronzing in legumes. And finally, deficiency of nickel leads to mouse ear in pecan. These are all deficiency symptoms of essential elements.